So let me pull that up. And we can take a quick tour of the premises. And then what I want to do is we might have to wait a day or two, which doesn't, and speaking of bears, Lazy Bear Games. Interesting segue shot there. And yes, there we go. Because I need to keep working on this off screen, but I can't do anything more until I actually progress plot. So let's see how close I am to the next Sunday. Not very far. We are fairly close to the next Sunday. Okay, so let's start with the outside. It's been a lot more organized, and I've decided I needed a lot more storage space, so we have one vine press here, a couple of high-tier furnaces, an anvil, the clay wheel, table saw. Most of my woodworking stuff is in this little square. We have a jeweler and a paper press here, and a stone thing here. So kind of full. Kind of got all the crafting stuff for the yard I need right there. See you later, Nagels. I've kind of been working on the garden because, well, things need happening from the garden. Got to the point where I was crafting this freaky little damask sword with Jim here. It looks like the most powerful sword I can craft, so I got around to crafting it. Trees, bushes, berry bushes, and apple trees to be specific here. Get around here. No, I never did anything with Mother One. Never did anything with Mother One. My graveyard, only half completed because I don't have access to the second half, but every body in here is at 10 or 11 skulls, and they all have the top tier marble fence and statue for their thing. The church is as good as I can get it for the moment. All the other stuff I can build doesn't apparently have any... Apparently doesn't have any place to hang, like the wall candelabras and the stained glass windows. Yeah, those don't have anywhere to sit in this church. So anyway, down here, underneath, I've got a bunch of freaking scroll shelves and alchemy racks and bookcases down here. But we've got our desk, we've got our writing desk, workbenches, printing press, got our hand mixer there, got our pair of alchemy tables, because apparently something I learned the hard way was that the two different alchemy tables actually do make different things. Go figure. Bunch more alchemy racks. Here's the study table here. Here's a couple of those. These little things that you have to sit there and wait on. I can't remember what they're called right now. But this little grinder right here. Even more racks. A couple of the upgraded autopsy tables. A bunch of fridge pallets which are full of bodies that are going to go away because they are suboptimal. These will be sentenced to fiery death. All 8 of them. And 4 embalming stains. Do I have a rudimentary lathe? Kind of. If you combine some of the things I have together, you could get a rudimentary lathe out of it. But then, more in the home side of things, I still have not touched the dungeon any further than anybody saw me do it on stream. Up here, just in case I ever want to get my drink on. And I have the capability, as I've been producing some. But basically here I can produce, apparently, moonshine, wine, and beer. And just for food, I have this little grape pie recipe, which the Silver Star grape pie. The donkey cart comes when I call it, basically. It shows up once a day when I leave carrots in the box for it. After I gained access to the church, the donkey cart called me a traitor to the revolution, basically, and now will only come deliver bodies when I leave carrots in the little box for it here. So that is kind of just the real quick nickel tour of the base area down here. I've still got plenty of time to go before everything happens. So we got a couple more areas that I need to show off. But I gotta wait for that little arrogant jerk of a bishop to show up again. But over here I've put up some bee houses. Bees are very important to because there are a couple of ingredients that I can only make out of bees. I found out. I don't have anything else that produces a certain type of powder in solution when I basically destroy it. But bees do. Pretty sure I can get on? Nope, can't get on this. I'd have to go the other way. Of course, I guess I could just warp to the quarry, but you know, I may have to. But at the quarry, bunch of iron bar, bunch of me basically tearing through this thing just trying to find some freaking gold that I needed to create the candelabras and the sword that I'm carrying around. I also have not found... I also get sulfur and limestone when I dig through the coal, and I haven't found a use for it yet. I need more of that. I've got more of that. And sadly, it wouldn't let me do anything with the wood. It's weird. There are trees that I had to chop down to get out of the way, but I can't actually process this wood up here. I'd have to carry it all the way back home, and I'd rather not try to do that. Because you can only carry one of those logs at a time, but yeah. A bunch of freaking ore that I have not processed yet. So if I ever need iron ore for any reason whatsoever again... I've got it. I also managed to basically see all the fish. I did enough fishing to actually see all the fish. And as far as the tech tree goes, get back down here and I will open up that menu. My tech tree isn't quite finished, but will be fairly soon. I mean, of course, the only thing I'm really lacking from finishing the tech tree is blue experience, because I have like 4,000 red, 3,000 green, and 43 blue. Just to give you an idea, because blue is, yeah, that's a lot of iron. But I've still got a couple of things under the anatomy and alchemy chart that are still locked to me. I could do better at surgery, but haven't needed to yet. Theology is finished. The book writing has been finished. That's how I... Oh yeah, something else I crafted. Show that off. I've got a gold star combo prayer as opposed to the silver star, which if you look at that, sermon money plus 50%, sermon faith plus 50%, faith times 1 equals 1 silver, blah, blah, blah. Earns, you know, and I needed exactly 15 points to guarantee a successful ceremony. Well, I spent some time and a lot of tears over wasted paper, basically, crafting this, which needs 60 church points to guarantee a sermon, but it's like triple the effect. And right now, my church is a little over 75% of the way full, as far as that goes. So if I just upgraded the church once, I could probably get enough decorations in there to make it work. The nature, I have completely done all the nature things, which means strong alcohol and winemaking, and even bee friend, where the bees no longer sting me when I pick them up. Haven't quite gotten all the smithing stuff done yet. Just 2 things left to go here, but they're all based around martial skills, which so far not all that worrisome, even if I did craft this freaking sword. As far as building goes, I don't have a I don't have 2 of them done, but you know. And as far as recipes go, there are 3 things I have not unlocked yet. And again, I don't know exactly when, I don't know exactly where they get unlocked from. I don't know where the ones back here get unlocked from either. I'm willing to bet it's something I have to do storyline-wise to actually unlock them, but you know. But also if I go into here, or actually I'll show it off from here. I just went right down the list and bought all the citizen stuff, bought all the rightful citizen stuff, and the aristocrat stuff. I don't quite have the I don't have enough hit to buy to do that, but for 12 gold I could actually buy this and get up to the 100, which would unlock this, which I think I have just enough. Yeah, I have 12 gold on me. I could do that. And considering how much money I make, I'm right now with a successful sermon, I make about a half gold. So I thought I could at least show this off. And now I've got aristocratic papers, before I even got through the quests. So I'm an aristocrat now. Yay. My head will roll when they line us up against the fence or something like that, you know. So anyway, yeah. And my grapes up here. Little bridge up here I fixed. It allowed me access to down here. And I found some little plots. I found some little garden plots up here, but I couldn't get anything to grow until I couldn't figure out what was needed in them until I accidentally brought some grape and hop seeds up here, and hey, they work. So yeah, the vineyard stuff, the alcohol stuff is growable right up here. So that is the thing. Let's burn my energy and sleep. May not be the most productive. May not be the most productive use of my time, but I do need the billets. Because I've been burning a lot of bodies lately. Because, well, my graveyard is pretty much stocked up on 10 and 11 skull corpses. And to make a skull 10 or 11 skulls, you can't really have too much bad in the skull to begin with. Donkey summoning and body burning supplies down here. Strangely enough, when it gives you a body count up here, if you look, it says bodies 8 out of 14. Yeah, the out of 14 also includes these. So it's counting these as a place to sit a body. Go figure. Now let's see if we can't rush the night a little bit and get the bishop to actually show up. The arrogant jerk of a bishop. Meanwhile, come on, get in there. Meanwhile, I can stack the rest of this wood I had pre-cut. They do. Boy, they do. Or even, it may not be the fact that it's counting those as body slots, but it counts bodies on them as being in the count. Because for the longest time, I was sitting there just stacking bodies on there, and I emptied out the morgue, basically. Okay, he should be there right now. I emptied out the morgue, and it still told me I had 3 bodies. I looked everywhere, and the only place I had any bodies at all were on top of the piers. Yeah, let me get all my paperwork. Building permission. I don't think I need the trade license for him. I think that's going to be for something else. Town pass, stamp. Let's just grab it all anyway. You never know what he's going to ask to see. Oh, does it? Okay. I'm ready to upgrade. Doesn't like the modern architecture, huh? Hopefully I can put more light and more confessionals and more things that make this better. You could probably sponsor things to help with that. Just saying. Well then, thankfully I got that paperwork already. You jerk. You could have said something about that. I'm glad I already did it. I guess I gotta be out there to... Okay. Like I said, I'm glad I already did that. Yeah, you're a jackass. Even your brother who's your brother? Yeah. We're gonna learn about your brother one way or the other, aren't we? Uh-huh. You shall save the town, huh? Ah, I see. Okay, what's it gonna need? $800? I mean, granted, I'm already up to 500. Oh, I'm already at that. So, we can get that bit solved. I'm just gonna say no and move on. Or I'm not. Uh-huh. That would suck. Why do I want to make a statue of you? Can we make a statue of you? Can I get that much definition on a horse's ass? You know. You've got a brilliant idea. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Uh-huh. So, statues. Anything for sale? Not that I care about, it looks like. I mean, you have cheap prayers. I can craft those. 3 statues. I need 3, okay, gold star marble bust things. That's easy enough. But yeah, there we have it. I guess I should actually earn a little money, huh? Now I need to find what new things I could put down in here. Of course, because I'm on stream, this is when it's definitely going to fail. Yep. up in smoke. I still get a decent chunk of money, but you know. They formed a big arrow there for a second. Yeah, but a successful sermon will net me about 26 faith and about 50 silver. Where do they get the extra stories from? I probably, yeah, put the stories down here. I have a stockpile of faith. Oh yeah, also... a stockpile of alchemy ingredients. I can't craft death powder from anything I have, or I can't craft the death extract solutions or powders, so I don't know if those give me anything neat. But nothing I have breaks down into those. Anything else? The bat wings? Yeah, the bat wings. Put up the bat wings. And I guess eventually I should show the dude, one dude, that stamp. But that will be for another day. There's probably a quest line involved with it in some form. But anyway, yeah. Now, I can spend my off-camera time trying to get the other side of the, graveyard looking as nice as my first side. But I do believe that will do it, because it is after 6 now. And I have at least one trip to the store to make tonight. Go figure. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for chatting. I will see you all back next week as we continue in Stardew for what may be the last run of Stardew for a little while. Maybe. It may be the next to last. You know, could be. Just depending on when I get the backer keys for the one game and figure out who is going to be willing to play it with me. I think I know, but, you know, never know. Never know. Someone may decide they don't want to. Go figure. But we will see. Anyway, take care, guys. I'll get the music started back up, and I will see you all again in 6 days. Minus a few hours. Because that's how time works. Later, all.